AIM. What do you think AIM is? AIM is what makes things possible which others think impossible to do. AIM is what gives you strength to stand alone and make things real and to prove the power of belief. So here we present the platform to escalate the startup ecosystem with a panel of amazing entrepreneurs and applicants in the run of being successful by giving shape to their visions and ideas. This is Horses Stable Pitch Season.
Good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Avinash Kulkarni, and thanks for giving me this opportunity. It fulfills two of my dreams. One was to see Shark Tank come to India, and second was to be on it. So both of them are fulfilled here. So thank you so much. And what we are trying to do, you saw the mission, the vision, is to create something really awesome and give it in the hands of the students. And a lot of times these tools, when we create, we don't know. Like YouTube, when it was created, I don't think the creators knew what all things people will do with it. And we are quite aware that what will come out of this might be a lot different and a lot bigger than what we have imagined. In terms of funding, right now we are looking for a really small amount of fund. We are looking for only 2.5 crores. We have done a lot of groundwork. Mostly we have built the technology, and in terms of product, basically you have all the mobile phones in your hands, and the apps are on the App Store, so it will take a minute to get them started. Two types of products. One is something that the user will have, and the other product that the broadcasters will have. So we are trying to go to every college and say to the student, how would you like to have a radio mirchi of your own? How would you like to have a station that you can run? And everywhere the enthusiasm we saw was simply awesome. Everybody said, first question was, what do you mean? We can run it ourselves? Like it was their surprise, shock that they can have it. And second thing was, oh, absolutely, yes, we'll do it. And we gave them tests. We said that if you really are serious about it, show me in 2 hours that you can create a basic team of 5 people. And sure enough, they would get a radio jockey, they would get a performer, they would get a newscaster, they would get a program director. They would also get somebody who would go out and sell the ads. So that's a nice starting point. And we did a very interesting experiment. We told them, okay, you came, we were at the college doing something else, doing recruitment. And we started talking to them and they loved the idea. I said, okay, we were launching a student teacher rewards program at AICTE, that is All India Council of Technical Colleges. And there, while launching this program, we realized that we needed a implementation tool to communicate. We also needed a recognition tool. So the whole model there was to give rewards to students every day instead of giving it at the end of the year. So we knew every day top 10 students of the day in every college, but we had no way of recognizing them. So then we said, wait a minute, a campus radio can do that. So we decided to present that, and AICTE liked it. So we have an MOU with them, and we will be more than happy to share it with you. We have a copy here with us. To launch the rewards engine as well as the recognition engine and the campus radio with all its glory. There will be a lot of other things in addition to this in terms of how do we do content syndication, and I will be more than happy to explain to you how we help these people to create a team to run a radio station, to help them create the content, help them syndicate the content, what kind of content is available, we already have partnerships with different content providers. So AICTE also has Swayam as a e-learning platform. They have about 40 million registered users, about 28 million active users, and a lot of content. So that was given to us as something that we could use. Now, apart from all this, there is whole Bollywood content. Now we understand that that's all licensed content. So it's something that we need to pay for. So that's one of the things that we'll build. We are not right now going to use this 2.5 crores to go out and license the Bollywood content, but maybe part of it. So we'll figure out different ways. What we love is the enthusiasm that this inspires in the minds of the students, and a lot of different models will come out of it. So I don't think there is a one particular launch platform or launch methodology that will follow, but what I'm telling you are the roadways and the vehicles that we have.
So
created.
hold on, Avinash.
Yes.
There's already, I guess, lot of content we have grasped with regards to campus radio. So now, where are you standing? What are your deliverables? Where all have you delivered already? You say that you have got an MOU of 10,000 plus colleges from AICTE.
Excellent.
What I believe is, I don't think so. The AICTE has got mandate to implement this. Am I right? Or can they mandate it?
Now I will tell you what the mandate is so that it becomes clear. Okay. The mandate is not to launch a radio station.
Okay.
Mandate, there are two projects that were launched. One was on 11th, other was on the 18th of September. On 11th, what was launched was an employee rewards program at AICTE headquarters. And once that becomes successful, that will be launched at all the 10,000 colleges. I won't say it will be mandated, it will be offered.
So basically right now what I understand is the employee teacher reward program is being through, but the radio station is yet to come up. Am I right?
Now I'll explain to you.
Yes,
So,
please.
the way we looked at radio station is that it is serving a purpose.
Okay.
For AICTE, is serving the purpose of communicating.
Avinash, time out. Just answer the question. What does AICTE do to your adoption? That's the bottom line. You talk about 10,000 colleges. The other day I heard 200 colleges. The bottom line is, you are working, you have an MOU. Are you actually going to get adopted in these colleges or not? Let's.
Yes, and I'm
So that's a mandate.
I'm going to explain to you what is the mandate.
We don't have all day. That's what I'm trying to say. Just get to the point.
The second mandate was to implement what is called a 360-degree feedback program for teachers, increments and promotions.
Okay.
This is part of the 7th Pay Commission. So 7th Pay Commission is a mandate. It's going to be installed in all the colleges.
No, that's fine. We understand that. But
So when we do that, for that purpose, what was agreed that campus will be used as a implementation tool
Okay.
and a recognition tool. Okay. Now, the fact that we will use it for enthusiasm, capturing the enthusiasm of the student for all these other types of contents is going to go with the flow. That is not the project. The project is to use this to implement various different student teacher rewards programs.
I have a question here.
Yes, go ahead.
There are the government funded colleges and the private colleges.
Yes.
So how are you going to target? AICTC will give directions. Okay, colleges can adopt this
Right.
platform.
Absolutely.
They can't tell them do so.
Correct.
Absolutely.
They're two very different things.
Absolutely.
They can say X, Y, Z, but it doesn't go and get implemented. They can issue a letter, but that's what it. At every individual college, they have to take a decision. So it's something larger. Are you targeting the government colleges or are you targeting the private colleges?
All the colleges, we get access to all the great students.
Not necessary.
Oh yeah.
Not necessary.
Even private colleges have to be.
AICTE drafts a letter to all the colleges. It just opens the window. They might entertain you. They might not entertain you for your station.
they would just give a letter stating that, okay, this is something new what you can implement, but they cannot just make it as a mandate program. So have you already done your pilot anywhere?
Yeah.
In how many colleges?
Yes, absolutely. You can download the app from App Store.
Okay.
And we'll see the list of the colleges.
How many people have downloaded?
Probably we had 5,000 downloads
Okay. In a span of?
in a span of 3 months.
And what do you run on it? Where do you get a content?
The content is coming from all the sources that I mentioned about. So first major content source is what the college students created themselves. So they create their whatever they want to. They want to read a book, they will read on it. They want to sing a song, they will sing on it. They want to tell stories, they tell stories on it. When we created campus radio for AICTE headquarters, they had whole lot of speeches from people like Anand Mahindra to the chairman of AICTE, to the minister, to other startup entrepreneurs who would come and talk there. And those talks would be relayed on that radio station.
I think let's just hit the reset button here. I have a few thoughts. I understand the space really well. We're invested in a business called Hubhopper, which is the largest podcasting app in India. We know how to make money off audio. We have 2.8 million people who come on our platform on a daily
Awesome.
basis, right? Let's just reset the button here. Okay, you've got some flaws in your business, which I would like to highlight with your permission. Flaw number one is the UGC content bit, right? Which is each college generating its own content. What's happened is that we've seen the similar trend happening in China also. You've got horizontal platforms which are trying to cut across multiple colleges at the same time, and then you've got vertical platforms. In India, there's a company called Headphone, HEADFONE, which does user-generated content, right? And you have multiple streams of user-generated content. TikTok is in video, in audio, you also have a bunch of these other guys. No one's making money in that. Second part, student engagement driven because AICTE has mandated my college to have a radio channel, and that's why I need to log in onto the platform, is never going to happen.
Absolutely.
Right? Because today
100% correct.
because today students have multiple ways of engaging with each other. I mean, those who are into dating are on dating apps. Those who want to, chat socially are on WhatsApp groups, Facebook Messenger, and a bunch of other things, right? Okay. At a scale, you will make money because, and CJ, this is answering your question. I kid you not, every single large brand wants to target those
Exactly.
5 million students
Exactly.
sitting there.
Exactly.
So basically, I think you to correlate the story is find a hook, and I think the hook seems to be missing right now because a lot of this is sort of in the past, and I'm also kind of honestly not convinced that we have a hook which allows you to get the adoption story.
What I was thinking is, on a contrary, why don't we have such an offer wherein right now the cash infusion isn't taking place? Like Mohit comes up with his connect of CEC, sorry.
I get CEC, I get Hubhopper, I get Campus Diaries, I get artists.
So, are you okay with a royalty agreement wherein Mohit gets in these, and later on, in case if Mohit finds it viable enough to infuse cash at a later point, in case if required, and that has to be mandated? Until now, it's going to be a royalty deal and not an equity deal, what I see.
No, I don't see an equity.
I don't see a debt deal also.
I think the market is interesting. Everybody, a lot of the viral apps you talked about, Snapchat,
Right.
Facebook, they all started from colleges. So, founders have shown that there is something about this 18 to 20-year-old. We discussed that. The question is, what is that hook? How do you get them to come on your app and do this damn thing every day? Right?
Avinash,
So-
here,
Okay. So let's focus on what we
this
can
thing,
offer.
like, see, a debt deal is not possible.
No, I don't think so.
I don't think so. A debt would work.
He's still early for that. He's still early for that. Let's just say that you're still early for that.
Right now, what we have is Mohit is happy to come up with all his connects. I'm sure he's happy, but
It's more valuable than money.
what are you going to offer him as a royalty?
I don't know royalty on what.
No, so okay, hold up. I don't need any royalty. I don't need anything. I'll do it pro bono. That's fine. The deal I have on the table here is not an equity deal. It's not a debt deal. It's a deal of working together with a bunch of people who are, in a way, working in the same space and building this into something larger. It may happen. It may not happen. I can almost guarantee that it's not going to happen in the way you're doing it. In my way, there's a 90% chance it'll happen.
If Mohit is coming up, I'll be there too.
Okay.
I'm also willing to take the challenge and say that one of the most important things that I saw here is the viral nature of why this will work. When a student goes and sings in a college, all his ecosystem, all his friends, all his family, everybody wants to listen. So that is how this is going to grow more than anything else. So I will guarantee you the deployment. Okay? Monetization, I absolutely will be your student to listen to see how you have monetized and how we can monetize.
One last technical question. What mic are the students using to create content?
Interesting question. So basically, since we decided not to charge the students or the college or anybody, initially we said do whatever you do for your YouTube. So just create it using your mobile phones. Then we were fully familiar with the recording industry. I've been in audiobooks. Okay, so we have created studios. So we gave them 3 different models in addition to the basic silver, gold, platinum, typical. Okay, where we can create a studio for them on PC, or we have some specialized recording equipment where they can insert real-time back and forth or two-way conferencing. We also brought in equipment where they can extend this thing to campus TV. So with these 3 different models of studio, then they will charge them. Then we'll charge the colleges. But so far the model for me is to keep it free like Facebook, like WhatsApp to the students so that we get 10 billion users. Deployment is the most important part to me right now. The traction, to make sure that people are using, to make partnership with the content provider. Money will come. And money will come from all those people, the merchants from all over the world that are coming to India precisely for this population. This kind of targeted marketplace that I'm creating, I am first creating it for the students, then I will offer it to the advertisers.
Okay.
Awesome.
So I guess let's wrap up.
Yeah.
And then let's proceed because we have got all day.
No,
today.
yeah. So I don't think, bottom line, we don't have a deal per se right now. But I think,
I think I got more.
this is a journey and not the destination, obviously. So, I'm
I'm
thankful
sure
to
Mohit is happy to take up offline
and-
and connect.
You will get more opportunities to see if there is any collaboration opportunity. The opportunity cost of doing, that is really nothing for you. You can still keep doing what you're doing. And if you see good results, then I'm sure all of these, horses are still around.
Fun in doing this
Sure.
with the kids,
Sure,
then it generates a lot of positive energy.
sure.
And yes, we will come back to you showing the deployment of at least 1 million users.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thanks.
My name is Ketan Bhosle. I am the co-founder of Rockery.com. I'm here to raise 1.5 crores in exchange of 10% equity. So, in the 21st century is known for the development and manufacturing growth and will always be remembered for that. But there are many loopholes in the purchase of raw materials. So, and that happens globally. So the globe is a chapter after the next 4 years. Right now I'll be glad to speak about India and how we are changing the procurement procedure. So next slide please. This is my friend, childhood friend Bob the Builder. Him and over 3 million builders and over 45 million SMEs face a lot of problems with procurement of raw material, which of the many are they have to take rates from various traders, they have to take quotations, they have to compare the rates, then they have to finalize the deal. And also there is no genuinity of the material, there is no assured on paper genuinity of the material. So the third point is that there is no actual logistic partner for the procurement of material. So how are we changing this problem? We are a web platform for the purchase of best quality raw materials at the lowest rates in the market. So the question which arises is how do we come up on this lowest rates? And we are the first to do so in terms of the lowest rates. This market works in 3 phases, which is the manufacturer, the distributor and the trader. We have direct tie-ups with manufacturers or the sole distributors over here, ultimately eliminating the high trader margins which are charged by the traders. So that's what we do over here. These are the materials which we are looking forward to supply. We look in the coming time, we look forward to become an answer to each and every raw material requirement at the lowest rates in the market. So some of the products include chemicals, steel, plastics, in industrial steels and textiles. Next slide. So why do we have a win-win situation over here? It's because when customers buy from us, they save at least 7 to 10% due to our tie-ups with the manufacturers or the sole distributors. So it's simple. It's like selling a bottle of Coke. The bottle of Coke is manufactured at ₹3, but locally you get it at ₹20. So if you compare that to the concept of rockery, you'll get it at the bottle of Coke through us, you'll get it at ₹5. So that's what we are doing over here. At the moment, we have main focus on product margins. So they vary from 5% to 10% according to product to product. So special steels have higher margins, and the next revenue model which we are looking up to is supplier registration. So until now, suppliers used to pay for getting leads from our current indirect competitors, but we will directly provide them confirm orders. And the third is transport margins. We have around 5% of margins in transport, in which we have direct tie-ups with certain transporters, and we give them traffic of orders dedicated to a certain geography. This is our current traction. In the last 7 months, we have reached 2.2 crores in revenue with 12 lakhs in profits and with over 80 customers. Every great idea requires a great team. So, firstly, I'd like to introduce myself, Ketan Bhosle. I am the youngest supplier to the Indian Railways, and that made me idealize this idea behind rockery. So, I've completed my mechanical engineering diploma from MIT. The next guy is Kaushik Rathod. So he looks after the product. He's a supply chain management guy. He has a 12 years of experience. He has worked with Ambuja Cements. He has also worked with Lodha Group as the purchase manager. Third is Shrenik Bora. Shrenik is a guy who has been with me since the beginning and at the idealization stage, and we have taken this forward from there. Saurabh Rana. So, as I told you, I was one of the suppliers to the Indian Railways. We met him in Kapurthala. He's a railway component procurement consultant. He has consulted over 200 SMEs for Indian Railways procurement. So he's also a core manufacturing guy. All of us are raw material guys and who belong to this market. We have been customers of this market and taking this forward for them. So these 1.5 crores will take us to 18.5 crore revenue until the next November, and we'll have a presence in 6 districts. So before I conclude my pitch, I'd like to tell you that we would a $1 billion company is just the beginning of the vision of rockery, and I look forward to partner with you and get positive replies from you. Thank you.
Sure. I have just one question here. When you talk about revenue, this is revenue that is made by you, or is it the GMV that is transacted on your platform?
It's the GMV which has been transacted.
So don't call it revenue. Right?
What is the revenue out of
Your
that?
revenue is 12 lakh rupees.
But you said it's a profit.
It's profit.
No.
Pure profit.
No.
That's the banta na on 10
No.
2 crores.
What is your share of revenue?
It's 10%. 5 to 10%.
So that's 12 lakhs.
For every transaction, 5 to 10% is their.
No, I'm talking about the numbers. I don't care about 10%. I got it, but like just your financials. What are your actual financials? How much are you making? Like, what is your top line? How much of the GMV comes into your?
Let's consider a 1 lakh order. So if a 1 lakh order for a specialized steel, which is stainless steel, let's consider a special grade of stainless steel. So out of 1 lakh, we get 10,000 in that.
Who assures quality and fulfillment?
So sir, as we have physically verified vendors over here, the quality is assured by the material test certificate which is provided by our vendor. So each and every item which is sold on our website is assured by a material test certificate. There is no issue of quality.
In a hypothetical example, Rohit orders a ton of steel from your platform.
Yes, sir.
I'm the seller for that steel.
Yes, sir.
Right? And Nilesh is the logistics provider. So you generate this lead from Rohit, give it to me, right? I keep the 1 ton of steel ready. Then you send a PO to Nilesh saying that, hey, Nilesh, go and pick it up from Rohit.
Sir, at the moment, the logistics is handled by the vendor.
By the
but it
seller.
is-
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So I have shipped it. and send it to Rohit's warehouse. For whatever reason, Rohit says, I don't want this. I don't like it. I suddenly decided that I don't want to take your material.
Yes, sir.
He sends it back.
Yes, sir.
The reverse logistics is also taken care by me then, right?
Yes. Again, there is a point over here which I'd like to share with you. So, there are items such as cement or TMT bar, which are diverted by the company according to the tie-up which we have. So, for example, if sir has a cement order, if he has a 100-pack cement order, with according to our tie-up with the sole distributor, the cement order is diverted to some other customer of his. And in the near future, when we acquire the certain market, we will have our own to tackle smaller. We won't have any MOQ in this concept of ours. So we will have our own subsellers who will to which the material is distributed.
Through which the whole point or the model, the value efficiency gets lost, right? That's the
Even the
promise of the
profitability also gets, if a sub-seller, you will give him 1% or 2% also.
No, sir.
Will not.
No, sir.
My question is, why will the sub-seller do this transaction without any incentive?
The subsellers will have
He's
their
aggregating
market,
demand, no? He's aggregating
But-
multiple.
So he's probably guaranteeing
But
the quantities.
There is a difference in the rate. One bag of cement won't have the same rate as 100 bags of cement. So there is a difference in the market rate.
The day Rohit and I meet, okay, in terms of, this example that we just gave, my second, third transaction can just directly be with him. I don't need the platform. Because platform's charging us 10% aggregated. Maybe I'm paying 5 and maybe he's paying 5 or whatever. I can even bypass the 10% and have a direct hand-to-hand conversation here. There can be a cash transaction between us. Let's accept it. That in India, we continue to hold cash as a massive form of buying raw material, right? So, I can almost vouch for the fact that the 2.2 crores that you've gained is essentially on the back of a round robin with relationships that you've had, which you said, okay, any which way you guys are procuring it directly, bypass it through my platform. Am I right? Because it'll come in the due diligence any which way.
No issues, sir. I have an answer for your second doubt. So the answer is, as we have tie-ups, we are a platform which is situated in a large vast geography. So according to the tie-up, if one customer tries to bypass us, and he goes directly to the vendor, which doesn't happen because we have a tie-up. If the customer has a 10-ton requirement of something, we have a tie-up with the manufacturer, or we buy at least 100 tons of the same material from him, and that's why we get a rate discount from us. So we are bulk buyers of materials from them. That's why we get a rate discount. So as I told you in the beginning,
You're not buying any inventory upfront. You're giving a very gray area commitment that you will buy 20 tons or 100 tons. At that moment, the transaction is of a 1-ton transaction between Rohit and Mohit. Right? At that time, this is the money on the table. What will happen 365 days, we don't know. Maybe between us itself, there'll be 100 tons of raw material that will get hand exchange. I don't see a reason why. Fundamentally, I don't see you making money in India in this space as altogether. There's a reason why the space has continued to remain unorganized and will remain that for a long time. Because in India, we don't like to go through platforms. We like to always bypass them. OLX, Quicker, name any of these peer-to-peer platforms. Nobody makes money.
I've actually seen the customer that you mentioned buy from multiple such platforms.
so I can call him right now, and you can have a conversation with him.
Okay, no, go ahead. We'll do that.
You were actually answering to a point of Mohit, which I'm interested in. How are you different from your competitors?
So, sir, as I told you,
So whatever you've mentioned till now, trust me, your competitors are doing that and much more as well. There are very well-funded competitors in the space who are also burning money. There are companies here who've raised $5 million plus in this space, are currently operational at a national scale, and are still not able to stabilize this model. And they are doing way more than what you are doing.
And another point here is, so if you have you're ordering material repeatedly in one particular region, you tend to make relationships with your suppliers, and in that relationship, आप एक truck steel का भेज देना, मैं आपको कल पैसे भेज दूंगा. This the line of credit automatically opens up, especially in Indian market. I've seen it very, very closely. So if the guy is going to do it regularly, So they tend to be friends or business associates, and they trust each other. इसने हर महीने इतना लेना है, so I might, out of my margin, might give him 2% extra or 3% extra and get the relationship going. The distributors I'm talking about.
So the aggregator model actually weakens all of that. So in fact, it's the exact opposite of what actually happens, in other parts of the world, which, I get that. But
the parts of the world,
sure. Yeah, unless you can promise that, yeah, sure, I'll be able to get all of that you're getting as a part of that relationship and more, then you can talk about, which he currently doesn't have, obviously. Any offers?
And relationships people have between them.
My stable is shut because I don't think so this business model is sustainable. Even if you do end up raising a lot more amount of money, it would get increasingly difficult for you to actually make money out of the money being deployed.
My stable is shut.
You've seen a lot of dead bodies here.
Yeah, I've seen too many dead bodies. And I mean, you're a young guy. I would actually urge you to just go back and just rethink the whole thing here once. If four of us are saying no to it, there might be some merit. We may not know your industry as much as you do know it. I give you credit for that. But young entrepreneurs like you shouldn't be doing businesses which unfortunately don't have a very bright future. I'm happy to be proven wrong by you, right? I mean, 1 year from now,
Sure, sir.
if you come out with 100 crore GMV, I'll be very happy for you. You can actually come and slap me. But if you fail 1 year from now, that's 365 days of your time wasted, and I would feel really sad for that. And I would not rejoice saying that मैंने तो बोला था. That's my take on it.
Well, that's why founders do what they do. All right, Ketan, sorry, we don't have a deal here today, unfortunately, but, we'd be more than happy to see where you go. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Hi horses, I'm Nahid Parveen. I've come from Kolkata to talk to you about my business. I'm looking for 50 lakhs worth of investment for 14% stake in my company. So horses, allow me to connect all of you to that
Why
one
not a
common
rate?
childhood
50
memory I'm
lakhs.
sure we all have. Garne ka ras. That tingling thela wala selling that green juice was probably the first fresh juice experience we all had being Indians. So why is it now that we have grown up and we are making money that suddenly Valencia oranges and avocados make more sense than Ganna? Is it because it's not tasty? Well, I hope not, because India's sugar consumption is around 25 million tons per year. So that's not it. Is it because it's not healthy? Well, that's not entirely true, because even a type 2 diabetic can have sugarcane because it's simple sugar. What is harmful for you is processed sugar. This is simple sugar. So availability, no, in most of India's 54.3 lakh hectares of India's agricultural land is for sugarcane. So that's it. Countries in Southeast Asia have sugarcane juice bars in all the airports. Why don't we have that? So that is where my company comes in. As Cane Crush in our company, sugarcane is the hero. As the supporting cast of the hero, we started around a year back with one stall in Kolkata. We put in our university money in it and we started selling variants of sugarcane juice. So from that, we collected about 10 lakh worth of revenue. Right now, we started 2 QSR, which are totally company owned. We are going forward, opening 3 more outlets in Eastern India with our strategic partners. So, QSR, when we say it's very capex intensive, but the model we have created, like people who already have restaurants, we want to partner with them to open this juice bars. So we can work with them like that. So not only sugarcane juice, we also want to work in cane sugar, which is like the more healthier alternative to sugar, more than the alternatives present now, like stevia, aspartame. It's more healthy and it's also organic. We want to work in sugarcane jaggery, like there are packets for mango powder, which you just put in water and have it. We want to bring that for sugarcane because it will be healthy and it will be totally organic. And also, we are developing, with the help of Department of Science and Technology and Government of India, this mobile sugarcane van, in which we'll sell all our sugarcane products and this will also generate livelihood for Indians. Also, the waste we produce from sugarcane will be used to develop sustainable cutleries, and there is, in the long-term vision, obviously, sugarcane waste can also produce fuel, which will be like very much friendly to the environment. So that is what I want to tell you basically about my company. And in every generation there is a product or some products we think that we don't know that we need. I really believe what we are doing is that we really need this product. This is the need of the hour. And the team working behind this is your go-to team, because we put in our college money in it, we are all in, and we are going to do this. We're not going to leave. If in a year we are here, then imagine after 5 years, then where it will be. We are not leaving this with or without your money, but obviously with your money and your expertise, we'll reach there faster. So I leave it to that, and I guess I've saved a lot of minutes, so let's go to the questions.
Still, I think we want to have a little bit more information on where you
like specifically that you mentioned QSR.
Right.
So is that where you're going, or are you talking about packaging this? There's a bunch of questions there which.
Right. Sure. So initially what we started was QSR. Right now we have 2 QSRs. It's fully functional and company operated. Right now we have a lot of partners who did come into our shop and they're really interested. So they said, why don't you open up in our setup? We're giving you the setup cost so you can divide it. And also there's the only sugarcane breeding institute in India, in Coimbatore. We have worked with them and we have developed this formula in which we'll have proper hygienic sugarcane juice with the authentic taste and no preservatives, which can last up to 6 months. So if we get the money and if we develop this, we'll be the only ones in the world to have it. So that's like taking a local produce and making it global, right?
Okay. Any thoughts?
From the numbers I gather that your price point is about 20 rupees per...
Yes, starting at 20 rupees, like the normal juice variant, a little bit of milk in it, and it goes up to around 120.
On the outlets that you have, like you said you have 2 outlets.
Yeah.
If I were to split the number little, and let's take the old one, like the one that has been operational since longer.
Yeah.
What does the numbers look like over there? How old is it? Number one, the first outlet. How much revenue you would have made just from that outlet, and what is the operational break even over there?
So our first outlet opened up around in November. So we opened up in October, but it was like on and off because there was some problem.
So let's say 10 months.
Yeah, 10 months. We made around 10 lakhs from it.
Okay.
Including this one to the 10th month. And the new outlet, we opened up just this month. That was the opening of it. So from 10 lakhs, we opened it, like we put in all our money and whatever profit we got, we opened the second outlet from it.
What was the cost that went in for that 10 lakh revenue?
To set up, it was around 4 lakhs.
To set up. And operationally, you would also have things like rent.
Yes. So the monthly expenditure is around 55,000 and we make around a lakh per month.
55,000 includes everything.
Yes,
the
includes
rent, the material, the salaries.
The material, the salaries.
It's a QSR model, basically like Kevin Tears or.
Yeah, but the thing is, if I was trying to assess whether they're broken even operationally, because 10 months is a long time. In any successful QSR model, they open an outlet and they see if about in 3 to 4 months time that operationally standalone outlet has to break even or else you roll it back.
But if they're making a lakh,
Yeah, so which they are achieving, that's what I wanted to check.
they
It's called same store, same store.
Yes.
I'd just like to say that this is just a QSR. After that, we do a lot of events. I did a lot of corporates actually want our machines. It's not developed by us, but it is modified by us. Like you go out right now in Bangalore. Only when I came in, I saw that there are a lot of QSRs selling sugarcane juice. Not as many variants as us, but yeah, it is there. But our machines are a little different. So it's a very tabletop and it's very like modernized kind of version. So a lot of corporates actually want that in their pantry or something. Like they have coffee machines, they also want this. So that's
Okay, hold on. You're confusing all of us here, right? Either you're selling sugarcane, or you're selling jaggery products, or you're selling byproduct waste of sugarcane into cups and organic little things, or you're selling machines,
No.
right? Because you said our machine and people want it on tabletop.
Yeah.
You're selling machines?
No, we are not selling machines. Obviously, I'm sorry it came out that way. I didn't mean it that way. But what we want to do is be the sugarcane mafia. Actually, we want to do everything. But what we have started by us is the QSR. So right now with
No, but there are QSRs, right? So I know this company which is in Bombay and in Delhi called Cane Juicery,
yes,
right?
there is.
And I actually know the founder. The numbers are pretty decent there.
Right.
They have 28 iterations of sugarcane
Right.
juice. Okay, head-on competitor, much larger than you are. I believe they do about 25 to 35 lakhs a month across their stores.
I know. I did go through them and I went to Mumbai once to see them as well.
Sure.
So I think the main difference between them and us is that, I don't believe that you can sell sugarcane juice at 100 rupees for 200 ml. Because that's not where the consumer lies. Sugarcane is essentially the most industrial crop we have as a India.
But they are, right?
Let's look at the market, right? There's your market, which is a 10, 15, 20 rupee market. I'm from Mumbai, Pune, Chandigarh,
Bangalore.
I'll bring it too.
Okay, he's an exceptional coming from the US, right?
Yeah.
All these cities, right, have the roadside guy selling it at the 10, 15, 20 rupee price point. Okay, so you definitely cannot go below that. Let's accept it because that's the lowest price point. On the higher side, you have these guys selling it at 110, 120 rupees. There's only a middle market that you're really trying to capture, which is what we can see in your pricing over here. Now, I don't see a competitive moat point for this space. Like tomorrow, any one of us, and I've spoken to Jasmeet, who's a co-founder there. He's very, very anal about procuring the best quality sugar cane.
Right.
And I think that is really the only distinguishing factor between the guy selling it at 20 rupees
Right.
versus being the guy at 120 rupees.
Exactly.
Right? It really tastes better, in my opinion. And he's got like those carbon filtered.
Also, it's from Maharashtra, so Maharashtra Ganna is like the best.
UP and Maharashtra, right?
Yeah,
The two largest
Chhattisgarh
states.
also.
Yeah. So all I'm saying is, I like, what I've seen the business build. I think there is the way you're building it organically as well as inorganically by going to the franchise model. Horeca may not work. Packaged sugarcane, don't even think about it, right? Because there's always larger players who, the day you crack the code, they'll crack it before you. So you've identified your niche. My sense is, and the reason why I'm going to pass on the deal is because this is not a venture fundable business.
Right.
But this is the dhanda. This is a great dhanda.
Small business.
Okay, this is a dhanda which can give you a good dividend. It can give you a decent cash flow. Through the franchise model, you can actually make decent money here, right? So my take for you is stay at it. Identify that the eastern region as your niche, and be the king of that space. Don't come to the west, right? Because when you come to the west, you will have a lot of people competing with you. But on the east, I believe there is lesser competition. Kolkata is lesser competition. Chennai and all of that. Jamshedpur, everything else.
So it seemed like Mohit was probably reading my mind out. Honestly, too, I believe it's a great business to be in. You probably need a partner, not an investor. I don't see it as a investable business, and
Good point.
for that reason,
I'm not too comfortable on this.
You mean on the business side, or are you not comfortable with just what are you not comfortable with?
No, see, this is QSR, so number for one QSR is okay. So one particular region in one particular city will have that. When you're expanding it,
Sure.
all the touch points will not give you the same numbers.
Okay.
So it's a difficult business.
Okay.
What he said was it's hands-on. You need a partner in it.
Right.
So that's not in my fit.
Okay. Understood.
I give it a pass.
Thank you.
Alright.
On that note, I'd actually like to also second Mohit's suggestion, and I really recommend that too. As in, capture a certain geography. That would also increase the likelihood that if for whatever reason an aggregation or consolidation starts happening, your value proposition would be geography, right? Because it would be very hard to differentiate just on the price point perspective or on the whatever you call it, flavors or menu perspective. And the more you scale, the more that the whole recipe would get out of hand.
Number
anyway.
of QSRs increase in eastern region, so you might be looked at as a good target. Maybe
To be acquired.
target to, or to invested in. Once you get the numbers.
But closely guard the place where you're getting your raw material from, because the one thing that you have to play on is the consistency in the taste. So if your sugarcane juice tastes X today, it shouldn't change completely 5 days later. When you build your business with that ethos, then even if you achieve 10% of that, you've set it right for yourself.
All right.
All right,
Thank
wishing
you.
you luck. Take care.
Thank you.
These were our today's contestants with their amazing and unique ideas. Many more to come. So stay tuned and watch our next episode. And if you think your idea have the ability to impress our horses, this table is open for you. Keep chasing your dreams.